been said that success is not going to be based on how well you do on your best day, it's how well you do every day. So the biggest tip that I could give to aspiring speakers is to be consistent. Try and do something every day. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. Of course, you want to get up on stage and speak as often as possible to as many audiences as possible. That's the best way. But you can also go online and watch a TED Talk or any speech for that matter, and watch it with this analytical perspective, thinking, what do I like? What is the speaker doing well? And how could the speaker make it better? Because it will get you to reflect on your own speaking as well. There are several books that you could read, which can always give some interesting information as well. But ultimately, it's about getting up on stage in front of people, whether it's 3 people or 30 or 300, and just speaking. And the final thing that I would say to aspiring speakers would be to be kind to yourself, because if you speak often enough, things are eventually going to go wrong at some point. It's happened to me a lot in the past. Either the technology doesn't work, or you forget what you want to say, or you get a question from the audience that you don't know how to answer and it throws you off. It happens. It happens. But you take the experience, you learn from it, and you move forward. I like very much what Mark Twain said. He said, there are always 3 speeches for every one you give. There's the one you prepared, the one you gave, and the one you wish you would have given. So remember that. Things will go wrong. It's not the end of the world. You will learn from them, and you will become better. Made to Stick is one of my favorite books, and when it comes to public speaking, it is my favorite. And the irony is that it's not even really about public speaking. It's about why we can remember some things for weeks, months, maybe even years, and other things go in one ear and 20 minutes later, it's gone out the other. What I loved about this book when I read it is that the 2 brothers who wrote it, Chip and Dan Heath, they made the book relevant by bringing in examples from all kinds of areas, from business, from Hollywood, from urban legends, from all kinds of sources. And their message really sticks with me. And for me, the biggest thing in the book that I take away, it's actually 2 sides of the same coin. The first is, we all suffer from something known as the curse of knowledge, which is a somewhat odd expression because knowledge is a good thing. How can it be a curse? And the curse of knowledge occurs when you know something so well that you forget. You forget what it was like when you knew nothing about it. And whatever you're talking about, whether it's business or science or politics or whatever, there was a time in your life when you knew nothing about the topic. But many times you see speakers on stage and they're talking about something that they've been working on. Maybe they've been working on this presentation for the past several weeks. Maybe they've given it multiple times. Maybe this is their field of expertise. They know it so well that things that are obvious to them are not necessarily obvious to the audience, and so they forget. And just being aware of that curse of knowledge, for me, it was a revelation. The other side of the coin is that there are things you can do to combat this curse of knowledge. And this is where the 2 brothers in their book come up with what they call the success formula. SUCCES. There's only one S at the end because there are only 6 things, but essentially they say that sticky messages, the messages that people remember, and what else do we want as speakers but for people to remember our message? Sticky messages have at least a few of 6 characteristics. They are simple, there's often something unexpected about them, they are concrete, specific, they're concrete, they are credible, there's emotion, and finally, they often come wrapped up in a story. Simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional stories. It's a great book. I highly recommend it.